I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your Bullish Bit, brought to you by CoinKite.com, bringing you the best hardware to secure your Bitcoin. The Cold Card Q, the Tab Signer, the Block Log, and plenty more goodies can be found over at CoinKite.com. Use code BTC Sessions for a nice discount at checkout.
I think that there is a subset of not just Bitcoiners, but people in this world who, you know, we'll call them freedom fighters, right? Like people who want a more free future, which I think has always been the case throughout history. And to be fair, in a sense, that has come true. But like the degree of wealth and freedom that is at least possible to the average person today, not in every country, not at all times, but I'm speaking for myself in a privileged position in the USA today, there's a high degree of freedom and a high degree of opportunity, more so than existed throughout most of history. There's been progress, right? But it's not like a linear chart. It's not just like more freedom. It goes in waves, and we are witnessing a resurgence of totalitarianism right now, not just in this country, but all over the world. And I'm confident, as is the case with the rest of history, that ultimately that resurgence of totalitarianism will be met with resistance, and that the world will be more free and more prosperous as a result. But there is always damage done during the process. People will be hurt. People will be imprisoned. People will die along the way. And if that's not for you, then you need to opt out of that battle. Doesn't mean don't do anything. It just means you need to choose your level of engagement. I think we have a lot of posturing, right? There's a lot of people in the greater Bitcoin and space that are like really ready to like pop off at the mouth and like tout their, you know, like total fuck you to the state independence and blah, blah, blah. And they're like really ready to like, you know, they're talking because it's not real. They don't recognize that this is like a real fucking thing that's going to come home at some point. And when it gets real, you're going to find out very quickly who meant it and who didn't. And that's kind of what's happening right now. You have a lot of posturing, and that's fine. I'm not saying that those people are bad. I'm saying what I'm saying right here to like, it's time to get serious. You have a sort of global conflagration right now, sort of building up, where there's tons of conflicting interests. You have this country and this bank and those people and these individuals and that group. And like everyone is just kind of like trying to get theirs in whatever way that they can. And if we as Bitcoiners, as lovers of freedom, as people who want to build a better and more prosperous and more free place for our children and grandchildren, are serious and we want to come out on top of this thing, you've got to prepare. You've got to get your information systems, your financial resources, and in some cases, your physical defense systems in order. This is our time. This is the era that we were born into. This is our battle and our fight in the context of human history. You should be grateful that it's such an amazing battle, right? Like what a time to be living in. We're talking about this inflection point of human history where decentralized systems become more profitable and more efficient than centralized systems. That's never happened since the days of early tribalism. Right? The nation state has always dominated because it could centralize and coordinate resources better than any small group of tribal leaders could. But we're now back to the point where decentralized systems are more resilient. Like look at Bitcoin, right? Like Bitcoin is the shining example of a successful, resilient, anti-fragile, decentralized system. We should be doing everything that we possibly can to learn from Bitcoin and re-implement other information systems and physical systems in the model of Bitcoin, because those are what are going to survive the night, survive the winter.